Spider-Man and so many other legendary comic book superstars. You'd think our next guest would take a break, but you would be wrong. That's not his style. Here with his new book, The Zodiac Legacy, Convergence, we're happy to welcome back comic book legend Stan Lee. Hello, Stan.
Hey, it's great to be here, Dave and Hope. How are you?
Good. All right, our first question to you is, you understand, Stan, that you can slow down. You have done just about everything anybody could imagine. You're still going strong.
Oh, no, there's a lot I haven't done. This is the first time we've done a novel with tons of illustration in it. It's not a graphic novel. It's a regular book, a novel, but it's got more illustrations than probably any novel has ever had before. If you can do something new all the time, how can you slow down?
Well, tell us about the storyline for this, for Zodiac.
Well, the Zodiac, it's a word that everybody knows, but very few people understand. And it goes back to the ancient Romans and Greeks and Chinese especially. And what it is, every phase to them, every phase of the sun, they thought the sun moved around the earth, would be represented in 12 phases by a different animal. And it occurred to me, if we take these 12 animals and give 6 of them to a villain who wants to conquer the earth, and give the other 6 to some teenage boy who doesn't have a chance, but somehow or other he's going to stop that villain, and we give him a girlfriend to work with him, and then for a little variety with the villain, instead of a name like Dr. Doom or Dr. Rock, or all those names I used to use, I decided I'd call him Maxwell. Nobody is going to believe I wrote this story, but the villain's name is Maxwell. And to me, it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot at stake. The whole earth is at stake. You worry about the hero, but I hope with every page you see something new that you hadn't seen before.
When you're writing, when you conceive an idea, whether it's the comic books or, in this case, a novel, do you visualize your reader?
No. No, I visualize myself, believe it or not. The only stories I write are stories that I feel I would like to read. And I feel I am not that unusual. My tastes aren't that unusual. So if I enjoy a story, there must be a lot of other people who will. I cannot write for other people. I can only write for me. And luckily, apparently, some other people have the same taste I have.
Come up with all of these ideas? Where are you walking along the street and you see someone that reminds you, oh, that would make a great main character? How do you come up with them?
Well, believe it or not, I'm never even thinking of things like that. When I'm walking around, I'm thinking, gee, I'd like to get an ice cream pop, or I'd like to see a movie. But when I'm sitting in my office, I have this office at POW Entertainment. That's where we came up with the story. I say to myself, okay, what can we do next? And then I just try to think of what hasn't been done that I would like to see. And that isn't hard, because there are millions of things I'd like to see. I'm a big observer.
Do you have a favorite character of all the work that you've created over the decades of this life you've had? Do you have a favorite character?
Yeah, I guess probably Spider-Man. But I have a feeling, yeah. I have a feeling that Stephen Lee, the hero of Zodiac, he may turn out to be one of my favorite characters too, because the more I think about the book and the more I see it and the more I talk to people about it, I'm getting tremendously excited about Zodiac. And I think it won't be long before it's a movie, a television series, you name it.
I'll tell you why I can't wait to finish the book. I'm a father of a teenage son. I can't imagine him with 6 animals saving the world.
Oh, no, you've got to have more faith in your teenage son. They go around saving the world all the time, according to my stories.
You know, it's really fun when we've seen you in cameos in your multiple films that you've been in. What do you enjoy most about being in the cameos, and what do you enjoy least about being in these cameo spots?
Well, the thing I enjoy least about being in the cameo is that the cameo isn't long enough. I mean, obviously I should be there for minutes or hours, but I guess the stars don't want the competition. But what I enjoy the most, it is just fun being on a set and having me pop up and surprise the audience. I get a kick out of that. I hope they do too.
Oh, they do. Now, I understand, I've been told that one of the things you don't like is when costumers want to put you in things you don't think you should be in, and you are the creator of most of this, so shouldn't you decide costume?
No, a costume I don't think is necessary for me. If that's what you said, I couldn't hear you that well.
Yeah. Yeah, they pick out clothes for you to wear. That should be up to you.
Actually, everything I wear is a costume to me, you know. Everybody is in costume. We all dress the way we think we want to look, and we hope that we made the right choice.
When you, back in the day, when you were writing obituaries way back in the day, could you have ever imagined that you would have created all of this?
No, to be very honest, I couldn't have. I never expected that my life would take the turn it did. I'm happy it did. I mean, I love every minute of it. I love especially talking to people like you who seem to genuinely enjoy the things I've done. That is the greatest reward I think that any writer could have.
You know, one final question here, because I really like it. It's actually Helen's question, but I'm stealing it. And that is, in your lifetime, high-tech gadgets, what are you most surprised by now when it comes to high-tech? Because, you know, you're a guy who could have thought of these things.
Well, as far as high-tech gadgets go, I am so impressed by things like a navigator in a car. I mean, you're driving one car, and there are millions of people on the road driving other cars, and yet there's a voice from somewhere telling you specifically where to go, knowing where you are, telling you how long it'll take. I mean, it's magic. Nobody could ever have imagined that 30 years ago.
It's why you don't need your wife in the car anymore.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell her that.
Okay.
We want to tell folks to check out the Zodiac Legacy Convergence. Thank you so much. It's been a great honor talking with you, Stan.
Oh, it was a great pleasure talking to you. Thanks a million.